My name is Bob Stanley. I'm the mayor of Fairfield, a big history buff on the Pacific World War II ships and so on. And I wanted to say that I was in the Navy myself. I served with the 7th Fleet, Pearl Harbor, 61, 2, and 3, electronics officer. Had a lot of duties, including submarine support and DD support and a few other things. And Bob has just given me a very interesting book called The Carl C. Log, and I was just looking through it. And having studied World War II naval history in the Pacific, I would like to make a couple of comments that I noticed on some of the Staff Task Force 17, for example, at the Battle of Guadalcanal. In doing so, I noticed the Australia, which was pulled out of the line on the night of August 8th, and it left several other ships in Iron Bottom Sound at Guadalcanal, 4 of which were sunk: the Quincy, the Vincennes, the Canberra, and one other. I'll think of it in a minute. Anyway, I notice here that the USS Chicago was in that lot. It was on the southern flank of Guadalcanal that night when Admiral Bodie with the Japanese Lightning Force came through. And Captain Bodie failed to report the first contact to the Northern Fleet, which included these 4 cruisers which were lost. And as a result, he was kind of broken. He was a captain getting ready to make admiral. He was given a command in Panama, as I recall. Never given a ship again, would not make admiral, and he finally killed himself. So that's the story of the Chicago. And on a second ship I notice in here, and glancing through the book, we go to the Battle of Midway, which of course was June 1942, when we lost the carrier Yorktown. And the Yorktown, after being hit earlier with the Lexington at Carl C, was not properly watertight compartmentized, and in the battle she was badly damaged with Japanese aircraft, and in doing so she was tied up next to the Hammond, which was the DD-412. Commander True was in charge, and the Hammond was sitting providing power and electrical pumps to the Yorktown, trying to get her back to Pearl Harbor. And when that occurred, the Japanese submarine got through the screen and put about 4 Long Lance torpedoes toward the Yorktown. They passed under the Hammond, and in doing so blew up the Yorktown, which finally sent it to the bottom. And the Hammond had Torpex charges on the rear stern, and from the percussion of the explosion, she went down, and as she was sinking, the depth charges went off and it killed every man on the Hammond, and so on and so forth. I only have 2 stories to tell. Thank you.